Good evening. Welcome to the den. That's not how we rock. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I hope all of you wonderful, lovely, amazing, special people are doing a-okay. Pardon me. I had ran out to the store right before the stream, so you never know what kind of awkward situation you're gonna get in when you're out and about. So keep the hair tied back just in case. Stuff all over the place. Things happen. Things happen. But again, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. I'm glad that you can be here. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a while, right? And so you're like, Honcho, what the fuck are you doing? It's the middle of the week. I thought we were kicking on Fridays sometimes, which is sometimey ass. We got to get back. We got to get back to the den that we all know and love, or at least I know and love. And so I am, as things are kind of ah. Hold on, let me bring that back to the bottom of the map. Thank you, Ms. Hollies. Let me put my make sure I got this on the right way. And let me make sure I got everything. Oh, I didn't connect this. Pardon me, pardon me. I thought I had everything in order. Like I was like almost all the way in order. Um from Willis, Texas. Hey man, look, when I shout to all my Texas people, I don't want to show any bias, hey, we can't all be perfect, right? We can't all be, blessed to be in Texas. But shout out to Miss Holly S. I thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat love. Um, let's see what we got in here, and then let me go on my little tangents. I like to go on my little nonsensical tangents for a little bit. Like I said, we got plenty to talk about. And man, there's so much that has been happening in the last couple of days. And I mean, I don't even know if we have time to talk about it all tonight. But like I said, getting back on track, man. Like I say, 9 o'clock because I am trying to be semi-responsible adult and get up on time in the mornings. I've been on this kick, trying to get back in shape and lose a lot of weight. I think I'm down like 30 pounds from the beginning of March. As I told you, I was like 297 in the beginning of March, and I was disgusted with myself. I'm still not happy with where I'm at. Of course, I'm like 267, 266 when I weigh myself today. So, those are things that I'm working on. Hey, health is your wealth, and I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So, plus, I may want to go to the beach this week. Now that I'm free and clear, I might want to go places. I may want to show off the dad bod, and so I got to get that back right. But again, when you put your mind on anything, that's why I say, like, I guess, I know there's health issues. A small percentage of people deal with those kind of things, and that prevents you from losing weight. But anybody else, if you, hey, okay, there's no excuse not to lose. If you dedicated, make it shake. All right, all right, all right, all right. See which one of you, which of you lovely people are with us. Lovely Miss Marie Lovely, how are you doing this evening? Kenneth, shout out to young man Kenneth. I was talking about you the other day, getting on me about me eating that soul food. John, my favorite New York. John, get out of New York. It's a terrible place. Bad things are happening. I want you to be safe. Schmicky, glad you could join us. The lovely, well, I don't know. I don't know. Because she calls herself Miss Bell, Southern style, right? But doesn't drink sweet tea. I don't know. I don't know. But the lovely Miss Bell joining us this evening. Lovely Michelle joining us this evening. Uh, lovely Miss Holly S joining us this evening. The lovely Miss K Grace was a special place in my dear heart. Let's see, 335. Peace. Let me see. Fasting and chicken bone broth the hour before bed. You know what? Oh, I'm glad you said that, Mark, because I took some melatonin. I've been taking like the last couple of days. I've been going to bed early. I've been tossing and turning. Like I've been getting terrible sleep. And sometimes I wear my little, Fitbit to sleep, and it's like, hey, dude, you're getting shitty sleep. That's what it told me. It's like you're getting real shitty sleep. Like most of my sleep is light. I get a little bit of deep sleep, maybe 30 minutes or so, but that's not good. So I will. I'm glad you told me. Matter of fact, let me jot that down. But I do fast. Like I said, I've been on the intermittent fasting. So like my eating window is between like 12 and 8 bone broth. And occasionally I haven't done it on this little set, but every occasionally I'll do a couple of days of fasting. I do believe that we eat too much as Americans. Getting your list right. Oh no. I heard something about she started a new clothing line. I seen the thing where she got on the plane, basically in her drawers. Terrible, terrible situation. But let's get into it, man. The topic is black men are done, right? And I said this. I kind of worded it like that for a reason. I think it's kind of twofold, right? Because I think that you got two segments of the black male population. I think there's always like a divide in every group, every community. There's like, this and that. Like I said, I believe you got niggas of every group. You know what I'm saying? Every group has their version of niggas. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you got black people, you got niggas. And then you go down all the races. We can run down the smorgasbord. We're talking about black folks tonight. And I'm not going to show y'all a bunch of videos of black women beating each other up tonight. I got plenty of them, but we'll save that for later. We got to talk about the fellas tonight. But when I say black men are done, I think as a group, I don't know if y'all put it. What is that? What is that? I got it saved over here. I forgot what they're called. The National Urban League, right? It says it's grim. The state of Black America is grim. And I think we've been knowing that for a while. But when I say black men are done, I think that finish finito in a bad way, like going downhill. And then I also say black men are done because I think that we're getting to a point where some black men are done with certain behaviors and they're seeing what opportunities are out there for them. So when I'm talking about done, we're talking about niggas. When I think done in the other way, I'm talking about, those who realize we have options. We don't have to stick to, what we have going on. And my saying is go where you're treated best, right? And what I've started to see as of late, at home is where black men are not treated best. But let's get into some things. So Cam Newton said some stuff the other day, right? And I'm going to play it for you. And we're going to discuss that. And I want to know if you guys think what he said was so bad because he caught a lot of flack. He was on a podcast and he basically, made some statements. And let me see if I have it. Do I have it pulled up right here? Okay. And he was just talking about women. He said, what women mean to him, and people start calling him sexist and misogynistic, and he should shut up, and a lot of things. And so when I'm talking about black men are done, this is on the more positive side because I don't think there's anything wrong with knowing or getting what you feel like you deserve or having a standard when it comes to wanting a significant other. And we know he talked to that chick a while back, the super bopper Brittany Renner. And when he told her, he was like, basically, he wouldn't mess with her because she's trouble or something like that. Everybody thought that was cool, ha ha, he, But when he voiced his opinion on this, it caught a lot of flack. I'm floating in the sky for whatever reason. Let's just slide down here and let us play the video.
I had a perfect example of.
Okay, hold on.
I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
And it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead. I had a
Now, for some reason, the sound is tripping on my end. But I recall most of what, he was basically talking about. And and he talked about this bad bitch mentality, because that is the mentality of the new modern woman. And I won't even say just black women. I'll just say, women across the board. A lot have started to embrace this thing, right? And so he's talking about being raised in a home with a mother, a father, and a grandmother, which is rather traditional, I would say. And I would say that his father would have had to have done a decent job. You've never really heard of Cam getting in a lot of trouble. He dresses oddly. I mean, I guess he's entitled to do that. But other than that, you really haven't heard the issues. I think he had a little thing on a plane one time, which I thought was kind of weird, because he tried to buy a seat from a dude, and dude didn't want to give it up or something like that. Pause. And but for the most part, no real issues. Career, probably dwindling down. That's neither here nor there. But I don't have an issue with what he said, because he said, for me, a woman, you know, needs to be able to do her thing, but also cater to her man, right? And he said cater to a man. And people took that as though they mean they should just bow down and cater all men. Like, I hate when people take certain things, they know what is being said, and take it out of context. Because modern woman feels as though, they got the $1 million pussy, they should be lavish with gifts just for existing and doing all this, and shouldn't have to do anything at all for it. They should, just because they exist, they should receive this, right? If a man provides you all of those things, what's wrong with being able to cater to him? If he provides you the lifestyle that you would need, because obviously Cam Newton is a man who's in a position to provide a woman with whatever lifestyle she would want to have, right? I don't know, unless you want some goddamn Elon Musk type shit, then you're just really ungrateful, out of control ass type person. But what's wrong with that? Because obviously, if you're with Cam, you probably wouldn't have to work. You probably wouldn't have very much responsibility. You probably wouldn't have any financial responsibility. Again, whatever.
What you are witnessing is the downfall of Western civilization. This issue is just one head of the Hydra.
I agree. I agree. Um, Shout out to Dan, the man with the plan. I appreciate the love, and I agree. And this is the problem, right? Because you know, if you're a man in a position like this, and we talk about the Kevin Samuels and all this high value, all this stuff, right? Then you're gonna get what you want, right? Because here's the deal: what a lot of women don't get is we're getting to a point where the bad bitch and the this and that, you're easily replaced, right? Because you're an inconvenience to a person like this, right? Because the bad bitch want to be on the scene all the time, always vying for some damn attention, doing all kind of egregious stuff. We see it all the time. And so he's saying, you can't want the financial security, the physical security, and all the things that come with being with a certain person, right? And it could be, again, it can start at a smaller scale. It ain't got to be a rich man. But you can't want to be taken care of and all of this stuff, and then want to try to run the show too, right? Like that doesn't make sense. I want to say it was Trill said something a long time ago. He said it's like trying to corral a bunch of cats, right? Like, the cats want to do whatever the fuck they want to. You can't herd the cats because they don't listen. It makes it difficult to protect. It makes it difficult to look out for them, because you just have no idea what the cat's gonna do. You might walk up to the cat, it might get scared and run off. Cat might scratch you, attack. Who knows, right? But the cat isn't gonna listen. Probably have a better time with dogs, and cows, I'm sure, are more ideal. I'm not a farmer. Don't look, I'm not a biologist. I'm not a farmer. I don't know animals or women. So my thing is just, it's like I'm getting to the point where I don't believe internet women are real, right? Like, I don't believe that these women exist in reality. If they do, they're like in a little apartment somewhere, tucked off, unheard of. They never come outside. All they do is order DoorDash because they can't cook. They don't want to eat. And then you get the mentality like people, I think women get, well, he's rich, he should buy. Like, there's a difference, right? Here's the thing about cooking, and this is what the modern woman doesn't get. And I think some of the older ladies should be able to attest to this. I think some of the men who are married or in long-term relationships should be able to attest to this. There's a huge difference between fast food, going out to eat, and having a home cooked meal that somebody made with love and compassion. It's a difference. It's a difference in the taste. It's a intangible thing. And it might not actually be there, but the fact that you can appreciate that somebody took their time like that's I don't know if people these days understand the value of time anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? They're saying men trying to go. And it's some other stuff I wanted to show y'all. So, but I'm gonna try to stay on topic, like, because what are they doing now? The uterus transplants. Men, if you don't have your one now, you better be active and on a mission to try to find it. My younger guys, I feel sorry for you. I do not envy you. I would not trade for youth right now in the position I wouldn't trade it to have to be in the current dating pool of women. I wouldn't want to have to be out there right now, period, because it's even those in my age range of 30 plus seeming to be much more delusional. And I think TV, internet, all this stuff, these groups they've been in, and they're just recycling each other. It's some of the wildest stuff that I just most disillusioned things I've ever seen. And it's truly sad because, again, I'm going off track. But anyway, so like Cam was saying, hey, can you cook? You should know when to be quiet. That's a huge deal, right? Because we've seen how many times we talked about it in here. Women who have gotten their men in bad situations because they don't know when to be quiet, right? And I don't think some women don't get it, right? It's a different thing. And you can say, oh, you just being a man, you're just saying this. There are different levels of interaction. If you are a woman and you can disagree, the lines will be open and you can call in. I want to, hear y'all's thoughts. You are given a softer hand when interacting with other individuals. I won't say life dealt you an easier hand. That's not what I'm saying. Everybody has to overcome things. But when it comes to person interactions, women have it much easier. Women are going to look out for other women. Of course, you're going to have your catty, situations, personal situations. But when it comes to certain things, women are more likely to look out for other women. And men, for the most part, you got your predators out there and those things. But for the most part, men are going to handle you much more gently than they would another man in an argumentative situation or a situation of conflict or controversy, whatever it may be. And because you've only known like a certain energy your whole life, I don't think most women realize, and most don't want to believe it, right? I was, I won't tell that story, but it's just like there's certain behaviors that a man will not tolerate from another man as it leads to violence, argumentative altercation or whatever, that when women do it, it's almost just like deep breath, whatever, You know what I'm saying? And you kind of let it go unless it gets pushed to a certain extreme. And I think nowadays, like in mass, women are shortening the ability for some men to, withhold their tempers because of some of these behaviors. I'm not saying it's right, whatever. It just kind of is what it is. But again, knowing when to be quiet. It'll be a situation, like I said, women will, just because they have a dude, they'll try to start an argument with another man and, a whole situation, and put your dude in a situation where, maybe that conversation with you is one way, but now that the man is in a situation, this could lead to extreme violence. Like, this is a thing, right? This is a real deal, and I don't think, because y'all don't have to deal with it. Like, I don't think most women observe it or are even aware when things like this can take place. If I'm out and about and there's a situation, and say if there's an altercation and it just hasn't happened, it's not something to deal with. Well, not recently. And a woman gets loud or it is what it is. I'm not looking to get aggressive with, hey, where's your boyfriend at? Where's your husband at? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to beat his ass and make you regret doing what you just did. Like, you can put him in a situation where you're going to get this man fucked up. And so that's kind of what he's saying. Sometimes it can just be a situation with the law. You know what I'm saying? And, most times the lawman will let you go, you're a lady, or treat you kind, give you a little slap on the wrist. What you do, you get to popping up. It just escalates into things. And a lot of times, especially the modern woman, they don't understand that. I think, like I said, more mature women who've had experience, been around the globe a couple of times, have a better understanding because they have more sense. It's the younger woman who's just been told you can do whatever. You're a superhero, even though all you do is sit on the couch and eat bonbons and watch fucking Insecure. Like, they just have this disbelief, and then when they only run in them circles with their own, and a lot of them never have had a man, never had a sustainable relationship, wonder why, and sometimes most of the time it's them, but they blame toxic masculinity, all this other stuff. Like, they don't understand. So he's not wrong in anything that he said. And then again, this is what applies to him. Guess what? He gets to be selective. He should be more selective with the clothes that he picks out. Definitely. I guess once you get rich, you just start doing weird shit. Fashion is a very limp-wristed thing to me. But anyway, if he wants to dress like Whitney Houston, that's his right. But, it's just that I don't see anything wrong with what he said. Hey, if I'm a multi-millionaire, I have the resources, the assets, the ability to travel around the globe at will. I can pick and choose whatever woman I want. I don't have to date a Western woman. I can go find some woman from, who's a Pakistan, and, who will be grateful and submissive and all these other things because maybe she was raised that way or whatever else it was. And I don't say these things to say, oh, women shouldn't have rights. And, no, this is not what I'm saying. Women should be able to play ball across the board. But there are certain things that are undeniable. There are biological differences. I teach the little one this all the time. You say whatever you want to. You can believe whatever you want to. But there are biological differences that will always keep us separate. Right? And you can try your best to hide those things with men who want to be women, the Leah Thomases of the world. You still see the difference shine through, right? With all the estrogen and hormone therapy and all that shit, the differences still shine through, but it never works the opposite way. So my deal is with Cam, everybody's trying to cancel, well, he needs to shut up. He ain't got to do shit. He spoke his mind, and that's what it is. Trust me, Cam Newton's not going to have an issue finding the woman he wants, right? It's not going to be a problem. So again, it's usually some others that are out of there. Now, I said that niggas, right, are done. I'm going to show y'all something else. There's a rapper, I think he's a New York-based rapper, named Mano. And he had a song, only song I'd ever heard of this dude was called High Hater, right? And I think he did some time or something. People just, I have a firm belief that New York rappers get overhyped just because of the community. It is what it is. But Mano recently came out and said something. I'm only going to play a small clip of it because it hurts my brain. And I wish, I wish Oh, well, I feel bad. I forgot the girl name. Jailbait. What's her name? God damn it, I can't think of it right now. You know, our cucumber friend in the produce aisle. Good grief, I can't think of her name right now. I cannot think of her name right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Somebody drop in the chat, and I'll figure a way. Females get horny, niggas die. Hey man, that's not a lot. I got some stories for you. I got like trust me. I got these stuff. Just stay. I got some crazy stuff to talk about. I got some crazy stuff. You say cooking is a preference, Cam, just like any other preference. Exactly. They say happens in bars all the time. Man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Guy giving a woman a compliment when she doesn't find him attractive is basically sexual assault. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Say, I fear for my nephew, 16 and a kind person. This world of exactly. Man, I'm not. Say you from Chicago, got you a lose one. I'm not fooling with neither one of y'all. Y'all both crazy, Mark. Look, y'all stay far away from me. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Hey, look, let me know. She ain't put the voodoo spaghetti on you now. Did she bury the drawers in the yard on you? I know them Louisiana women know that they know that voodoo that they do. Man. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. And if a woman is willing to accept Cam for what he believes in and she's happy, that's her right. There's this thing in the black female community called pick-me's. And that's basically a woman who wants to be traditional, to cater to her man, have a nuclear family, and build that. And they're talked down upon. I mean, they're talked down upon in some of the worst ways. I'm gonna show y'all some things. Like I said, I've gathered visuals for you guys. I know you like to look at the stuff, and I gotta have visual proof because y'all be saying I be lying. But 30 years married, man, salute, man. Look, hey, I'm trying to get like you. Oh man, look. You say for black men to see this country, we're going to stop trying to be the chart. We're going to talk about that too. We're definitely going to talk about that. Say, older gentleman opened the door for me and held it at the post office. I thanked him and was grateful. Man, remind me, and again, like I say, I say these things, and as much as I love black women, I tell y'all all the time, black women right now are the worst. And again, if it don't apply, let it fly. Zoom. You know what I'm saying. But let me show you this thing about Mano the rapper and what he said, because I think you got motherfuckers on the other end of the spectrum, and these are the ones we don't need in the mix, right? And it kills me because black folks, we making rappers like they're modern day philosophers, and we put them on a pedestal. These just niggas who can rap. Like most of these motherfuckers did despicable shit to get into the position that they were in, and they just made it rhyme, and we like them. Motherfuckers talk about killing, murdering, and body people, but when your cousin get his head knocked off, oh, woe is me, R.I.P. he on the T. And then you gonna go jam some shit about somebody who doing all this off the wall shit. But then when that person's homeboy gets killed or whatever, it's all said, oh, R.I.P. to something you didn't know. But monkey shit. But we'll come back to that. But I want y'all to watch this clip about Mano. And why can't I think of that girl's name? And it's gonna drive me nuts. Y'all know who I'm talking. Shannon, yeah, Shannon. God damn it. Shout out to 335 and Miss Grace. Goddamn Shannon, I was calling her Susan or something. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking in my head. I knew that wasn't it. I was gonna call her Jessica, something off the wall. Anyway, let's watch.
No, what was the role play?
Yeah.
The role play.
What was the roles?
This feels like it's gonna be so wrong.
It's so wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've never talked about this.
Ah, shit.
Dun, dun, dun.
I like to be like a runaway slave.
Okay, no.
Mano.
Shit.
Oh my God.
I like to play like a runaway slave.
Okay.
I like to play like a
Kunta.
disobedient slave with a white woman.
So tell me like what you say.
Yes, master. I was sorry.
It's two. It's two of them. Like it's like me getting whooped, right?
You get whooped?
It's like I play like you whipping, but most of them don't want.
No, what was the
I gotta bring back to the big screen for just a second after that. Right. Pick me, yours, pick me. Yeah, man, damn. So we were in the Discord earlier talking about it. Like, I, as a man, one would never do such a thing, right? Like, never do such a thing. Two, a woman even insinuated such an idea, that relationship would be immediately terminated. But how do you, as a man, know you're into something like that? how do you even know you're into something like that? Like what recesses of your mind do you have to go into to think that? I made a joke. He was like, how do you bring that up? I say, well, what was happening was, when you want to bring that up to your significant other, you get some Netflix and chill, you put on Django, and you throw it out there as a joking idea, and that's how it happens, right? No, no, no. She is. He said he likes to have this fetish with white women. And that he likes to act like a bad slave. Bro, look, they got him. They got him. He got around all them black women. They got him good and drinking, and he got to talking crazy. So ain't no way, bro. Dog. Like ain't no way. Look, I get the fucking part. Ain't no whipping. Ain't no whipping. Ain't no slave. Ain't no chains. Ain't no handcuffs. Ain't no this person, this entity right here in front of you says no to restraints. Like, I got a big body chair. It ain't enough room in this chair. Ain't enough room in my desk area. I feel restrained. Like, it's not happening, bro. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Look, I'm in some wild stuff. I've done some wild things in my day, right? We're not playing the runaway slave game. I'm not playing fucking Kunta Kinte, kinky Kunta Kinte with these. It's not gonna happen, bro. Yeah, I'm just like, here's my thing. I don't care about the race. It's just ain't no way. That's not the role play for me. Best you're gonna get out of me is a naughty postman. I'm just making shit up. I don't have the postal shorts, but this is the thing right here. This is the thing that, like I said, is crazy. And again, teach his own. Whoever he fucking, what he's fucking. I'm sure we're not Eskimo brothers on any level. So do whatever I guess makes you feel good. But just the same thing I say about alphabeticals and limp wrists and all this other stuff. Just keep that in your fucking bedroom. Right? Like, keep it in your bedroom. Like, is that something people really want to know? Like, is that whatever, right? Let him cut off his foot. Terrible. So it's a wild thing, right? And it's really sad that he even said those things. So we're in a bad way, and this is why I say it's some crazy stuff going on. It's worse stuff than that. But I wanted to highlight those two things. I'm gonna bring up a couple little stories and a couple of videos I want to show y'all real quick. Then we're gonna open up the line. And like I said, I want to know what's going on with y'all, all the wonderful den folk. I want to bring up these articles, or let's bring up the
No, what was the role play?
Yeah.
The role
Yeah,
play.
what was the role?
first. You've had your time to shine. We don't want to see any more of you, Mister Mano. I'm trying to figure out why, for whatever reason, it is not audio myself out of this. It's no big deal. All right, so if you notice something Cam did in his video when he was talking about the bad bitch thing, I don't know. Like, to me, it's disgusting. I'm to the point where a lot of stuff that the majority of women, especially black women, are doing these days in the name of beauty, but they're not doing it for me, right? They're doing it for themselves. It's disgusting. I find it very unappealing, very unattractive, and I may come across as kind of weird or snobbish, probably in person with some people, because I know when I'm out in public and I see certain, I know people see my face. I'm just like, it fucking looks disgusting. That shit looks like shit. But anyway, but I don't think, we talk about the ethnic identity and perceptions from other people and things like this. But we also talk about influence, right? And the things that you do and how it influences others. and especially the children. I want y'all to watch a couple of these things and see what I'm saying. All right, just check me out.
Start this shit off straight, telling all three of y'all put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. All three of y'all put some respect on my name. Y'all understand me? I ain't got no more talk. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name. You already know what it is. Put some respect on my name. 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 All three of y'all put some respect on my name. Y'all understand me? I ain't got no more talk. I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name. Y'all finished? So y'all done. Put some respect on. Start this shit off straight, telling all three of y'all.
I've never seen a child normally act like this, right? This is something that you've picked up from somewhere. Well, at least it's not, I'm not saying that the dancing is bad, it's egregious, it's terrible, but the mannerisms and all that, obviously, this has been picked up from somebody, right? From something that you've seen or over observed. This Dora the Explorer's not moving like this. They're not doing this on Sesame Street. I don't know what other new kids cartoons and shit is. I'm not hip to the shit, but I know they're not doing this shit on the kids cartoons. This is what happens when you let kids in grown spaces when they shouldn't be, and then this. I told you how pissed off I get when I see young girls, kids, teens with like weave and wigs and shit like that in their head. Like, because the people who teach, we had a whole discussion that black women hate their own hair is black women. Nobody else. Nobody else is anti black women's hair but black women. So that's one thing, right? And you're like, okay, it's not as bad, it's funny, it's cute, you're doing a little diddly dance. Some people, not me. The wig, the whole thing, the wig makes her act with poor behavior. Now, try to watch this, and I hope it's appropriate because I actually didn't watch the whole video of this, right? These are the people who are allowed to raise. So these are the modern women folk. And I wish I'd have saved that other damn video. But Carrie, I'll see if I see my recycling bin, but check it out.
For y'all called the Fuck It Up Challenge.
One, it seems like the people who were behind him weren't all that old. So we see what they're doing. I guarantee they're not honor roll students. And, I don't know whose kid this is, but this is what he's around. This is what he's doing. This is what he's getting taught. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we are. This is where we are in society. These are the people who influence the kids, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. Pam from Martin, she said something today, and I want y'all to remember that video. And when I come back to it, right? But the same women who do that stuff, who have the energy to do those things, and I said I wasn't gonna go in on women. It's supposed to be a man's thing. I can't help myself. The same women who go in and do that kind of thing. I don't even know what video this is. Are the same women who allow shit like this to happen.
We were able to complete the entire installation in a day. And the best part, they don't need to make any until 2024.
You sitting there recording this shit. Got a grown individual right over here. You got an individual right here recording the shit. And you just letting these kids do whatever. I mean, just watch again. Let me bring it to the very beginning. If you couldn't tell, one, why is this child so violent, right? Children aren't naturally violent. Like, children are not, this is not something they normally do. This is something that they pick up and they learn from seeing it. Oh, house is terrible. Looks a little smoky. And if I'm not tripping, if you look in the back, this looks like the front door. It's probably open. I don't know what's going on with this. It's all scratched up and beat up. And anyway, but again, he done pulled him off, so you know he up to something. He done squared up with it.
And the best part,
And he stole off on a little nigga. Y'all seen all this happen, and he done walked off like ain't nothing. He won't be chastised for it. He won't be punished for it. There will be nothing to be said about it. And, you know, these are the same type of people. Remember that video maybe about 2 weeks ago I showed where the chick was in the Walgreens and the dude told her, get out. We told you last time you can't come back in here because you can't control your children, right? And, you know, these black folks love to say, oh, white folks let their kids just do so anything. Niggas been taking some L's as of late, bro. It is what it is. But this is the type of shit that happens, and you wonder why. Oh, is this the school is putting them in the prison pipeline? No, when you popped them out, you put them in the prison pipeline. You're in there burning them. That's what you're doing. You're in there smoking with them. That's why the door open. You're in there smoking with these kids. You don't give a fuck. You don't want to move. You high as shit. You sitting there recording these motherfuckers fighting and doing all kinds of shit. Like, you knew something was going to happen. That's why you started recording. Like, you think you just got high and I'm just gonna sit here recording all day until something happens, dude. And there's babies. Like, when babies are around, like, things happen. So I'm just gonna record. No. You knew these little niggas is bad. You knew it was some shenanigans and tomfoolery about to occur. And you just let the little nigga get stole off on, right? Let the little nigga square up on him like Balrog from Street Fighter and get to laying hands on him like a preacher, you know? And people get mad, you know, when I say what I say. Oh, you know, other people do. Yeah, they do. But this is what we're talking about right now, right? I got another video in here. I don't know what video this is, so we might all be in for a surprise. I don't know. I'll be downloading shit and don't be knowing. There's another video about feminism, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to open up the lines here shortly.
Wake up.
Oh. I'm gonna just let this play. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. We're gonna play a game, okay? We're gonna play a game. And in this game, you get one sentence, right? I'm gonna let this video play. Once this video plays, I want you, excuse me. That's what his dad did. He just get how he live. Done before he turned 3. In this game, after this video plays, one sentence as to how you would have responded to this situation if you are the guy who's halfway turned over looking now. Now, the ladies are probably going to respond to this a lot differently than the men are. But like I said, first sentence. Oh, shit, I'm moving all around. Shit, hold on, player. First sentence that comes to your mind, or your first sentence is your response to this situation. So I know what I said when I first saw it. I wish my audio was working a little bit better, but fuck it, ain't tripping. Whew, hope y'all are ready. All right, this is a crazy one to me. It's short and crazy. First sentence, one sentence.
Wake up, brush your teeth, get ready to eat some pussy. Did I ask you what you want to do? Now wake up, brush your teeth, and get ready to eat this pussy. Wake up, brush your teeth, get ready to
I want y'all to pay attention. Details are always very, very important. Details are always very, very important. I don't have. Do I have the? Hold on. Let me see. See, I be changing so much shit. I got fucking files and shit everywhere. Cause like I said, I've been changing shit on the hard drive and shit. So some of the shit ain't. I ain't got my whiteboard. I don't have. Do I? Let me see. Let me see if I got the whiteboard. Damn it. Got a bunch of scripts everywhere. Let's see. Yes, Pinky. All right. I'll show y'all something. I want y'all to pay attention to something. I want y'all to observe a thing. Okay. I want y'all to observe. Hey, it's Maria. How are you, Maria? How's life treating you? So, now had I not played this, y'all would have thought this was the opening scene to some form of horror movie, right? Somebody's about to die, right? When I first had this pause, people, he's in a bad spot. This doesn't look good, dog. This is a whole overly aggressive, overly sexual individual. And then, like I say, to film this stuff, because nowadays people film everything for fucking attention. The same reason those babies got filmed fighting is the same reason why this here is being filmed, right? So again, look at this nigga. He doesn't want to do what he's about to do. We know that there are some underlying circumstances in his situation as to why he's doing what he's going to do, and she's definitely taking full advantage of that. And am I to fault her? I'm guessing that's not my problem. But again, why put this stuff out there like that? Like I say, motherfuckers just don't have no shame. They don't care. Uh, nobody gives a damn anymore, right? All right, all right, all right. Got a couple more things to run through, and then we're gonna open up the lines. I'm gonna pose this question. Talk about the cam thing. Talk about Mano, and I mentioned to you guys earlier about Pam, right? About Pam, and Pam said something. Don't forget that, because I actually have something I need to show y'all before Pam, right? And this is why I say black men are duck. Going back full circle. Black men, straight black men, have no allies in this country, right? Because you notice how all these groups that are for minorities and marginalized people of color, like they don't consider black men people of color, straight black men. Now if your wrist is falling off your arm, hey, you're one of us. But straight black men are not included in this, right? We're not included in the white category, so we're not there. Um, but somehow we're a part of the patriarchy, even though we don't benefit from one of the patriarchy is not even a thing. So I hate that, but we don't benefit from the patriarchy plus benefits. I guess there's a card like the patriarchy plus. You get extra benefits. You got black men swear we thrive on these things. But when I say we have no allies, black women are not our allies. And it's sad to say this because I've started seeing some things, not just the last few days, but me and Dan were chopping up last night. We saw some crazy stuff, some stuff I shared earlier. But this is what I'm saying. These are prominent individuals currently in the wokety woke black community, and these are things that they're saying, and these are things that they do and promote. And tell me if this benefits black men in any way, form, or fashion. Some of this you may have read or seen before. Some of this may be new to you. Are you from? Oh, I keep moving my own shit. Some of you guys may be familiar with the name Tamika Mallory. God damn it, why does it keep doing that? Right? Sexism, worse than racism. Meek Mallory. Right. Okay. Interesting. We know what she has ties to. We know who she's aligned with. But let's go ahead and look at that group that she's aligned with. This was online for a very long time. I don't know if it's still there. This is when, I mean, years ago when this was put out. God damn it! Where's my thing? I don't know. Let me lock my shit because I keep sliding myself around. This was the thing that made me realize Black Lives Matter was a sham. This was up for years. It was up for a very long time. And people, they took it down, they changed it up. And these are the same people who will tell you Black Lives Matter, it's an idea, it's not even an organization. We got some real nincompoops out there, and I'm trying to do better with my language. Not much better, but a little bit better. We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure. When did family structure become a Western thing? Like when was that a Western? It's been that way all around the world forever. That's how it works. Man is the plug, woman is the socket. Y'all know how biology works. And that's a proper socket, not one of these new surgical sockets with the uterus induction edition, the add-on. And you want the uterus package with this? And man, loved his socket, protected his socket, nurtured his socket, provided for the socket, and the socket, took the little. I'm not a fucking electrician. I'm not a biologist. I'm not an electrician. I'm barely a fucking streamer. So y'all just work with me on my analogies here. But man provides, protects for the woman. Woman nurtures, teaches, raises the man's and hers seed as a family. Used to be some cultures, they have many, many children. The more children you have, the better off you are when you get old because you have more kids to take care of you. And that was just the way it worked, right? And you stayed together because that's what it was. Now, some cultures had multiple wives and still the same process worked. You still protected, provided, mothered, nurtured, all those things still went. Somehow this is only a Western thing in America, right? Where we probably have the lowest rates of that shit happening now, and especially in the black community. But we need to get rid of this when, again, patriarchy. Nuclear family structure, requirements, supporting each other, extended families, and villages. When they say villages, they don't mean men, right? They don't mean men when they talk about villages. They talk about women-only villages. And there's a video. Shout out to Man Up because he did a video on it. When they talk about villages and we don't need men because men are the biggest sex offenders, that's not true. That's not true. Women are just as bad, but it's not looked at in the same way. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say there are just as many, but in the way that it's perceived, the way that it's accepted is, if it's a boy, you all right. You know what I'm saying? They make a man out you. Nobody's running and telling. Like I told y'all about a situation I had one time when I was 16, next door neighbor. It was like 40 something. At the time, I didn't think nothing of it, wouldn't it? She was like she literally stalked me. You know what I'm saying? Like literally timed it and everything, but whatever. But that's predatory because if you flip the script and had it been a 40-year-old man preying on a 16-year-old girl, you'd be looking at it way different. Oh, this is terrible. Whether, there was mutual agreement or not, right? It would be considered a terrible thing. So what I'm saying is that there's a double standard that protects women in a lot of sides. I mentioned earlier that women kind of get the buffer. Like they get the buffer, the benefit of the doubt. You see a lot of these teachers. I just seen a thing about a teacher in California, female, molested like 7 kids. Guarantee she's going to get a slap on the wrist. There was the one in New York, got caught, got in some trouble, still kept her license, still able to teach. Allowed them to get, spitted. The one who I think it was in Austin was paying the student a bunch of money to be quiet, and she was married. And I think all she did was lose her job or something like very, very minimal repercussions. But it happens way often. Like, because I think, especially with the teacher thing, I think that goes on so much more than people are willing to admit. I mean, you're putting your kids in the hands of strangers, right? And we just saw the video of the dude who was promoting some queer network thingy, not this, but some gender friendly. And it turns out, oh, he wrote a book and all this stuff, and he's a sick person. Anyway, all this stuff, queer affirming networks. Queer affirming networks don't produce kids. Freeing ourselves from the tight grip of heteronormative, it's not even a word. Thinking rather the belief that all in the world are heterosexual. Nobody believes that. It's a lot of you limp-wristed, weird F-bombs running around here. Unless they disclose otherwise. Well, here's my deal. I would think that most people, the natural norm is that, you want to produce or you want to procreate or you're attracted to the design of the other, right? I like what I have. I love some me, but I'm not attracted to some me, right? It just doesn't work that way. And again, all this other bullshit, right? But again, all of this stuff is about getting men out of the picture. Again, so your allies are not with the black women. Your allies are not in the gay community because they blame you for everything, right? They blame the black man for everything, even though, they align with black women. But what's the first thing a black woman does when a straight black man makes her mad, right? She says I'm cool with all the gays and I'm pro LGBT. I got the rainbow flag in my thing, right? First thing she does is call you some type of gay or denigrate your sexuality in some form or fashion. That's the first thing they do. But yet they're proud and they're promoting these people. But then at the same time, you obviously believe that these people are less than if you're calling this man who doesn't believe in these things, doesn't participate in these communities, something like that. Brittany Cooper, I showed y'all, she looks like a bullfrog, right? Bulldog, what's the thing? The clapping bullfrog jump from bank to bank and all that shit. Anyway, we don't need traditional nuclear families for black thriving. As one raised by my mother, grandmother, and aunts, I can attest. This is why she's fucked off in the head. Now she doesn't even know that. Oh, my bad. Let me pull this over here. Again, explains everything. This is the same one I believe said that. Why is everything? Let me lock all this shit down. I don't know why everything keeps sliding. Slide to the left. Cha-cha now, y'all. All right, here we go. And I can attest, right? Well, guess what? All of them combined didn't produce you. Eggs are worthless without the seed, right? All the eggs in the world, nothing to seed and fertilize them, no good, right? You don't get chickens, you end up having them in omelets. We should support families however they're configured to provide basic needs that's loving and saving. That's what being pro-black family means. One, I'm not. I haven't told y'all I'm not pro-black. I am pro-family. I am very pro-family. But pro-family means man, woman, and everything else under that, right? Well, that's what my family means. You can do whatever you do, and I'm not hating on anybody because we've had questions about hey, should gays be able to adopt and all that. Hey, man, look, if it's a better household than what you'd be in under the state and some of that other stuff, I would be okay with it. But then there's some of these that are really weird. Seen some shit about some gay community. We're gonna force our kids to be gay or something like. How do you do that? Like, how do you're just really gonna indoctrinate them to combat heterosexuality? Like, you got here because heterosexual is. That's the gay thing I don't understand. Like, you don't exist without heterosexual. It's not vice versa, right? There's nothing that gays can do naturally to produce. Gays don't exist without heterosexuals, but yet they have this hatred for them. That's why, again, I'm going to take it to a whole other topic. I'm trying to stay on topic. Y'all know how it goes sometimes. And the last thing, right? Y'all's favorite, my favorite, Jamel Hill. I have increasingly found that many black men just want better access to patriarchy. They don't want it actually dismantled. This is the one who said everybody should go to HBCUs while she went to Michigan State. This is the one who said, all this stuff about pro-black this, and this, and she went to go work for a white company. After being at ESPN, making a name for herself, she could have helped out any kind of small black company, especially trying to come up if she would have, offered her services at a beneficial rate. But did she do any of that? No. Most of these pro-black, quote-unquote pro-black women, feminists, all this stuff, they're funded by, they're supported by white liberals, right? They talk all this shit and they say all this shit because they are the cannon fodder for many white liberals, so they can say the things that others can't and get away with it, right? It just is what it is. All right, all of that, said all of that, did all that. I think this is it. No, this might not be it. I don't know what this is. Hold on, let me pull this up. Oh, this was something I saw the other day, and I want to know, fellas, if you think this is true, right? I found this very interesting. It says, I think African American men are more tolerant of shit than y'all give us credit for, but you're allowed to disagree. I have my personal experiences, and y'all got yours, right? He said, you ever see one of the videos where the girl is mad, destroys all the man's personal shit? It's the reason that only happens to black men. You ever see it? She's taking all his shoes, she set them on fire, throwing them out, and throwing all his clothes out, and just doing all this shit for fucking show. Bleaching his shit, doing all that crazy off the wall shit, right? Again, black men are the only race of men who will tolerate this. White men don't tolerate this shit. Mexican men don't tolerate this shit. Middle Eastern men definitely don't tolerate this shit. Asian, like nobody else does this. Like nobody else tolerates this in mass. This is what I'm saying. Blacks are a matriarchy, not a patriarchy, but the women don't understand that. And so when they went, especially when I want to talk, oh, the patriarchy, it's like I instantly brain tunes off. It is what it is. All right. I don't know if I saved the Pam thing, because I really wanted to show that to y'all. I know I did, but I just didn't save it probably in the right folder. Let me see. Maybe. I didn't. I know I saved it, but I don't know what folder it's in. So I apologize for that. But basically, Pam put out a tweet, right? Sheena Arnold. And I always love Pam way more than Gina. Pam can still get it. She said, what can we do as black women in America to slow down or stop the emasculation of black men in America? And several thousand tweets and quote tweets. So what a quote tweet is, if you don't know, is when somebody takes your tweet and retweets it, but put like this. So how it says Little Wody, that's the original tweet. And then the quote tweet is this guy adding his commentary to it. Sometimes people like your tweet before they do it. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're disagreeing with you. They take your quote tweet and they put their disagreement with it. It had about 4,000 likes, had about 3,500 quote tweets. And usually there's this thing called the ratio on Twitter. And usually when you get more quote tweets or, then you get likes. And people start saying, oh, you got ratioed, which means you probably had a bad opinion about something. So it was on the brink of that. But I went down the comment section. I was scrolling through it and looking through it. And the majority of women in those comment sections, it's not our problem. That's not our job. The majority of black women are Jada Pinkett, right? Yet you want black men, these are the same women who turn around and say black men should protect black women even if they don't know them. I'll be goddamn. I refuse. I will not. If I don't know you, like I said, if you are not my significant other, if you are not my mother, if you're not the little one, and I have that personal connection. Now, if we were out and about, and some of you lovely den ladies, I would definitely extend a hand of protection because you're good women. But for some strange woman that I don't know, I've told y'all before of the situations that I've encountered dealing with it. I will not. And you can say he was callous. I'm not putting my life on the line for somebody who doesn't care about my well-being, right? Which is 92% of black women these days, right? The bad bitches, boss chicks and all that. So I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, the majority of them were saying it's not my problem. But we live in a situation where, 70%, 65, 70% of households are raised by single black women. So if you're raising the majority of the men, how is it not your problem? How is it not your job to not emasculate them? Or to prevent them, from emasculation. Society has convinced black women to make black men weak. It's not, but that doesn't bring you equality. It just makes you an easier target. Like you making, your warrior class, as some may say, your protectors, you trying to bring them down to your level invalidates their ability to protect you, right? So think about it. Like if all of the black men act like Jesse Smollett, what black woman's going to feel safe around that? But that's what the majority of them are pushing, right? Because they think it's cool. They think it is. It's either one or the other extreme. You're either Jesse Smollett or you're, gangster rapper shooter man, like whatever. And it's like it's the good man has no place in black culture anymore. That's why I tell you, go where you're treated best, venture out, find yourself, and be happy. I've been talking a whole lot, and I said I want to open up the line. All right, let me hurry up. I'm talking real fast. All right, I'm gonna talk real fast, and I'm gonna shut the hell up, and we're gonna open up. I'm gonna learn to shut up, like Cam says. Women need to know how to do. Boo doo 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 doo. All right, hold on. I got it right here. A couple of crazy things, right? We're not going to talk about the state of Black America. Actually, one of these articles was about Mano and his role play thing. State of Black America. I'm not even going to get into that. I'll save that for you. I just want to prove something that I always say. People say I hate black women. I say shit that is just rude. I don't know what I'm talking about. We've had one-offs come in here and say all kind of shit. Coon. I'm like, I'm invincible to coonery. I was born in the coonery. You merely adopted it. I'm with this shit, right? So check me out. What do I always tell y'all? Red flags equal body bags, right? I've been saying this for a long time before the red flag meme was even a thing. Red flags equal body bags, right? What do I warn y'all about? I tell y'all about the eyelashes. I tell y'all about the weave. I tell y'all about colored hair, right? I tell y'all about all these things, especially on black women, and especially if the hair is of a blonde nature. It's extremely, the lighter the color of the hair on the black woman, the worse off it is. The further the eyelashes extend, the worse off it is. Kashante, they couldn't even decide, like, her mother, no, this wasn't a mama and a daddy coming up with this name. Kishante, it could have been Shantae, she could have been Keisha, but we'll just do both. I can't decide. Let's just do both. Kishante Harris is she did it, is accused of shooting her child's father after he brought his girlfriend to the child drop-off, right? What right do you have? You have no right. He's not your man anymore, right? This is the father of your child. Y'all have decided to part ways. Hey, well, maybe me and baby on the way to go do something. Let me drop the kid off as scheduled, and we finna be out and about and do whatever. Jealousy is very disgusting, right? And we don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about that enough in the black community. And it's not just towards one another. It's towards a lot of society. There is a lot of jealousy and envy within the community, and it's disgusting, right? Hey, he's moved on. He's over it. He don't give a shit, right? He's going on to do whatever, right? So she's charged with 1 count of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon, and 1 count of deadly conduct, discharging a firearm for the incident. Again, black women don't care about their kids. As you just saw, the 2 kids punching each other in the face. You saw the kids were probably supposed to be watching that baby, but instead they're fucking it up. They're fucking up the baby's life. We done had 1,000 stories about the chick who left her kids to go be with the dude down the street here in Houston and let a kid basically rot to death after he was killed. The story about the 2 black men shot out that man up did in Cleveland, that, toxic masculinity saved that child's life. That woman was about to throw her kid out into traffic, and they ran and grabbed the kid and basically got him up off her because she was finna kill her child. And this chick right here, gonna shoot the father of your child, basically in front of the kid. I'm sure the kid was present. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old it was. But again, Kishante Shamira. What a name. Anyway, Harris, 27. Williams, 29. Previously dated, shared 2 children. I feel sorry for him. Again, Williams was bringing one of the children back from a weekend visit, had his current girlfriend in the vehicle with him, was upset that she was present during the child drop-off, and shot at Williams several times. Like, what right do you have? Like I said, that's that $1 million pussy when you find out it's actually food stamp pussy. And motherfuckers move on, and it ain't what you thought it was, and it ain't, whatever. Anyway, when I first saw this story, They didn't name who it was. That's all they said was basically, baby mama shot baby daddy. You knew it was black. That's kind of how it goes. When they don't drop the race, just like shooter in Brooklyn, not Brooklyn, New York. Then they don't drop the race. It's black. Like it is what it is, and it's kind of sad that it's gotten to that point. All right. Now that we finally got done with all that, 45 minutes. Boop, 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 boop. Let me, like I said, I'm trying out some new different lines, see how they work. Let me see them. Andrea, good to see you. Patricia, good to see you. Lady Tia, how are you? Oh, Broderick's here. Lady Tia, shout out to Lady Tia. I'll follow you on the gram. I'll be seeing you at fashion shows and things. Shout out to you. It's the lovely Miss Sarah Lou joined us. And shout out to What to Do 73 Man. I was just talking about you. You did the video on the dudes from Cleveland. And that toxic masculinity, it's a motherfucker, right? Let me pull up the line because I don't even know the number. Like I said, I'm testing out a couple of different services because some of the services I use, I got video. Don't nobody want to get on video in the damn den. The den is too toxic, right? I don't want to get on the video with this guy. He's a terrible person. I don't want people to dox me and find me. I don't want to share my opinions with him. So we'll just keep it a phone line right now. I think this is the right thing. I might have picked the wrong. Log in, asshole. Yeah. Always use this application. Open up the shit. Open up the link. Terrible. Terrible. I'm trying to log in. Give me a second. It's probably something I should have been done, but players. Do do do. Do 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 do. Okay, this is this. Okay. Open the link. Why are you not logging in? Pardon me. There's always got to be some. See, trying to do shit right. That shit don't be right. You know what? Let me check. Let me make sure I'm using the right deal. I might be using the wrong. Phone serving someone. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, I see the number here in my email. But I got that. I have to reinstall it or something. I don't know. But so yeah, pardon me again. I don't know why it's not. Okay. I'm gonna reinstall it real quick. Hey man, what's good? What's good with you, man? That's fun. I was thinking about you the other day, bro. That's why I was thinking about you the other day. I'm wondering what you were up to. Tell me something good, man. While I try to get this here in order. Tell me the good news. I would love to hear some good news. All right, redirect me to the desktop app. Come on, come on, come on. For whatever reason, that shit ain't working. So let's do it like Ed Honcho way. One time code. That was so kind. All right, well, hey, fuck it, it worked, right? Who am I to complain? That way works. The other way, for whatever reason, did not work. Let me get y'all a number. It is a new number, so got too many damn emails, bro. All right, the number is what the fuck happened? Oh, come on, bro. There we go. The number is 832-397-6087. I'll put that on the screen as soon as I copy and paste it. All right, there we go. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I know y'all gonna be like, repeat that one more time, Honcho. No, I will not. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. And bloop, and bloop, and blickety. All right, there you go. 832-397-6087. Hey, man, if you want to call in and talk about anything we've been discussing tonight, hey, straight up. Oh, man. Congratulations, bro. I love it. That's beautiful. Oh, man, I love it. Where's the fucking phone thing? That's some nice music. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? What we got on? I'm catching some feedback. I'm not. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Let me unmute the thing. Yeah, I can hear you. Hello. Hold on. Can you hear me? Oh, I might have to adjust the settings on the thing. Hold on, that might be the case. Hold on. I've been having so much going on. Hold on. Let me block y'all real quick. I think I need to do my settings so it's the right mic is coming through. Y'all give me just a second. Players fuck up. I swear I had this shit set up yesterday. Preferences, profile. I'm gonna get it right one day. I'm gonna get it right, and it's gonna be smooth, and everything's. I don't even see a thing to adjust my damn workspace settings. No, I don't even see a situation to adjust my damn calls and shit. So I apologize. Like I said, I know some folks have called in, and now it's workspace. I don't care about that. Members is not it. Yeah, so I don't think this is going to be the phone line I'm going to be using. Like, I literally do not even see a place to adjust the fucking settings. What in the fuck kind of shit is this? Oh, okay. It's a stupid fucking way to do it. Like, I gotta damn near go into the fucking call screen to really dumb. And all right, okay. Should be good now. If you want to call back, I apologize to those who called. If you want to call back, and all right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Yo, Honcho, guess who it is, dog?
This my guy Quez, man.
You know it is, man.
Damn, man. Oh, we got a bunch of folks calling. I wish I would put people on hold. So I apologize if I'm putting y'all on hold. Man, look, bro, you know, and I don't want to tell you this, like, no bullshit, dog. Like, I promise you, because I need to take my course. I'm taking my course. I'm studying for it. I'm gonna go take my test Friday. But I promised, dog, I was thinking about you. right? And I was just
Yup.
like, man, I was
Man,
like, wonder what happened with
part of the
dude,
reason why I kept doing my job, man, is part for you, man. Because if it wasn't for you, the guys, man, I don't know where I'd be at right now.
bro. Like on some real,
Like, for
like
real.
congratulations, dog. Like I
Thank you, dog.
promise
Thank you.
it's super crazy. I was sitting there, I was like, I wonder if you ever, looked into that. That's I was thinking about that the other day, like, and the fact that you
Man,
said that, you man, dog, that's a beautiful thing, dog. Like
man,
that's what's up, dog. I'm glad to hear that. That made
man,
my fucking night.
man, I got something to tell you, dog.
Okay, what's up?
Not
Talk to
only
me.
that, but I can actually get you on what I'm doing right now, man.
Oh,
I can
word.
actually, yeah, like, I'm not actually down with the company yet, but I'm actually in. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my mentor and everything, took me under his wing. I got some connections, been working those down. Just been needing some roadblocks, but hey, I'm getting the blueprints to go under the tunnel real quick. I'm
Yeah.
thinking outside of the box.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
But like this opportunity right here, man, I can hire multiple people. I can not only work in the state I'm in right now, which is Virginia, but I can actually work in all 50 states, which is great.
Okay.
So man, my reach is limitless.
Yeah. Man, definitely have to holler at me, dog. We definitely need to chop it up. We definitely need to talk about some things. I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But shoot, I was thinking, man, just like, man, where did Dan been? I ain't seen Honcho in there. Like, what's going on with you? I was like, man, I was thinking maybe he must have went ahead and did what he told me to do. I was like, yeah, man, what? It'll happen eventually. Hey, look what things are, man. Shoot. I'm glad to see you back online, though, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shoot,
Man.
anybody that been in the den, they know that we miss this dude right here because it's been a lot of niggatry and a lot of fuck shit been going on in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know if you ever seen Boondocks. Like my neighborhood, like exactly. I can go outside like Uncle Ruckus and just smell the niggatry, powerful niggatry. Like for real. I mean, it feels just like that every morning. Just yesterday, we had 3 contiguous shootouts, and they were all stemmed from the same drama. Would you believe that?
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, but almost not surprising.
Man, and then to make it crazier, man, just one dude could record all this shit. I'm like, how the fuck did you record this shit and not catch a bullet? Your ass gonna end up getting shot.
Yeah. You just be risking it all for the video.
Like, it's really getting to the point where you gotta actually go outside with a damn stick. You know, for his butt to. But yeah, that's all I had to say, man. Thanks for the knowledge. Keep doing your thing, dog. Shoot.
Bro.
I'm gonna keep on showing you on YouTube videos to my coworkers, man. They hate it, but yeah.
Good.
Some of them fuck it. Like I actually met some people. Like I actually met a racist the other day. Like I ain't actually trying to get into no back and forth debate. I just wanted to get pick his brain. Like you know what I mean? And just ask him a couple of questions, because like I'm actually looking into religious myself. Like I ain't about to discriminate from that. But from what I've been reading in the book, the Bible and everything, like if you actually do research on the Bible, KKK members, like people like them, they are very religious, and I was always curious about that. Why? And then one part of the Bible just stuck out to me. It said that God was woolly hair and bronze feet. I was like, what the fuck? What does this mean? Went and did my research when I went on Google. Pretty much, man, I don't know if this is true or not, or maybe I'm just smoking some good ass weed. But I'm thinking black people are God now. Think on it.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing, and I know what you're talking about, and I've kind of, I won't say I've debated it. I've thought about it because the thing, I was talking about like the bronze skin. I'm like, well, it's some Arabs that's kind of bronzing, but then it's like you come across the hair or wool part, and it can get really interesting. Like I say, it's. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I did a deep dive into it, but I can see that perspective.
Yeah, and then like just our hair, like black people hair, it curls up to the sky. So like, what the fuck? And then we the only people that's actually got the melanin. What the fuck? I ain't on all this shit, but yeah, I'm just exploring options, just keep my mind up in the shit, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about the nukes that's about in the next 6 months?
You said, what about what the next 6 months?
The nukes.
Oh, the nukes. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. How you think, man? Because when I saw the first hashtag, I was like, oh my god, we're going to war. We're going to war.
man,
We still might be going.
yeah, I think it's gonna get uglier before it's all said and done. And my deal is just like, at this point, only advice, the only thing I can do is control what I can control. You know what I mean? And so I don't get over anxious about it. Kind of observe and then say, excuse me, it's not looking good. And as long as we're under this current regime, I don't think it's going to get much better. I mean, you're seeing record inflation. You're seeing just shit. Everything is out of control.
Different?
Would it have been different?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that too. Here's my thing. Like America, we're starting to get more into electric cars. So I'm thinking if we had 4 more years of Trump, we probably will be half a good part of America will be on electric cars.
I think that would be part of the way, but I think that what would have happened, one, we wouldn't have been so dependent on foreign, minerals and needs and things like that. Like, one, he wouldn't have shut down the production that we had at home. So one, we wouldn't be suffering from the levels of inflation that we're suffering from and the cost of things.
I'm missing some vodka. I'm missing out on some good vodka right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Some good vodka.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm missing out on some good shit.
Man, and yeah, like I say, just a bunch of crazy stuff, man. Like I say, we just I don't know, man. This society has gotten real off the wall, and it's just like I say. I'm just here for the show at this point.
Man, shit. No, you think we got it bad, man? Them people in Russia, dog. We can't even get a goddamn cup of Starbucks or a fucking Big Mac, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. You can't even get a Big Mac, dog. Come on, man.
That business.
Like, come on. You can't enjoy the little things. Like what? Hey, the cost of power.
Say it, and you got those people, the elites, who feel like, well, they got enough money, so they ain't really feeling the pressure yet. They just telling all the peons that.
I'll give that another year. No, take that back. Not even a year. I say around. We're in the springtime. I say around fall. We're gonna see some results. We're gonna see some. I don't know what kind of results, but I know it's gonna be a tough pill to swallow.
Oh yeah. It's just the beginning of this. Like I say, this is just the beginning. That's why I say, man, if you have the ability to do so, stock up. Buy in bulk and stock up.
Most definitely.
Because it's then long term. You got a deep freezer, fill that motherfucker up. If you got a pantry, canned goods, you gotta fill. I mean,
solar panels. Solar panels.
That's
I'm for real.
That's something actually kind of interesting. That's something that lady was talking about.
I know some other ways you can get a couple hustles going on. Go on Amazon, invest in a power bank. Like you can go ahead. It's like it's a little steep on the price, but the benefits of it, you're gonna recoup your money over time. It's like $1,500. You get a 6-foot ladder satellite panel, and you get a power bank. You can charge up to like 5 phones. You can charge up to 6 laptops, and you can plug a whole TV into it. So yeah, it's worth the benefit, dog. If you can do all that, I'm pretty sure you can get a decent sized freezer now with that thing.
Yeah, like I say, it's definitely something to look into. Like I say, the solar with the way things have been going. Just overall, you gotta be prepared. Like you gotta think long term now.
Shoot, ain't you holding it down in Texas now?
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Oh man, hey, what's it like seeing 40s everywhere you go, dog? What is it like seeing that?
You say seeing what happened everywhere?
What's it like being out in the wild west now, dog? I ain't gonna cap.
Are you talking about the constitutional carry and all that?
Yeah, man, how I feel, dog.
I mean, it's nothing different. Like that's what I say when people get all crazy about that. Like no, it's nothing different. Like I say, the reason why crime and like stuff, especially in Houston, has gone up is because, like I said, that last election, they elected, especially here in Harris County, they elected what was it, 16 or 18 black female judges, and ever since then, they have been like it's been a revolving door in the jails and shit. So it's like a motherfucker will catch a murder charge and get put out on PR bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like I said a while back, but when I had to go take my little vacation, dog, there was motherfuckers in there. I'm sitting in this motherfucker on vacation watching TV, seeing, you know, so and so that just got out of here. They had a special talking about how many people were getting out. They weren't getting their ankle monitors. They wasn't checking in. People who caught bodies getting put out on PR bond, going out and catch another body. Like, and this is what I say. Like, these people are judges and have say so, and they did it all in response to Trump. So they wanted to vote a bunch of black females in, you know, rah, just like this other situation in the Supreme Court. But you if you caught a body, right? And I'm not saying you out there living like that. I'm just saying this with anybody. This is what I would do if this was the situation. If I caught a body and you put me out on PR bond, and you basically just let me go as soon as I got in, so I'm back on the streets. And my mindset is, okay, well, they know I did it. I'm probably not going to see court for a couple of years because the court system's so backed up. So I got about 2 years to really go nuts before I might have to spend my life in jail, right? So I'm finna go all in. I'm finna go head first. I'm probably finna not make it to see that court date because I'm finna really be out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know I'm facing a murder. And that's what was going on. It was a dude who had he had went to court on 7 felony charges. And it was him and his chick. Well, he went to court on 7 felony charges, got out on a PR bond, 2 days later murdered somebody, him and his chick, and right back in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, that's why bail bonds and all that stuff is necessary to deter certain shit. I know people say, it's this or this, that. Well, hey, man, look, Jack, don't commit crimes if you don't want to, have to deal with that. Like, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's a wild situation. And so that's the real problem. Like, the constitutional carry, that's not a big deal. People have been strapped in Texas forever. Like, grandma strapped. Yeah. Like, so that's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing. It's the way they're handling these cases, the way they handle, like, shit. There was just some shit that just happened at Harris County, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where they let 300 motherfuckers free because of a clerical error. Just let them out. Like, oops. What? And just, and so that's the problem. Those are the problems. And then what it is, they're investigating the Harris County judge right now for some voter election fraud shit. I know 3 of her people got indicted. So, where there's smoke, there's fire. And, we already been talking about
popcorn out, man. That sounds interesting right there.
Yeah.
Litigation about real.
Yeah, exactly. Just because, it was something behind some group with the Rona stuff and some money that got funded. And it was crazy because that was like, she was pushing that shit super hard. Even when it was dying down and everybody was trying to get up, she was still trying to push that shit. And now that there's found out there was some money behind it, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be on the chopping block soon. And then she had the situation, like I said, with one of her agents, whatever, with the votes and all that. Like, it's a lot of crooked shit going on, and it's one particular side that's running. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But yeah, man, it's the way they're handling crime down here, not the guns, none of that. So it is what it is. Mm-hmm.
I hear what you're saying, man. Hey, do you think they're gonna add another black person to the Supreme Court, or you think that's a wrap?
Man, I wouldn't be surprised they try to push that narrative. Like, that's what kills me. Like, I want the best decision maker available, right? I want the best. Like, I don't care what your race is. I don't care, what situation. Like, the fact that I'm gonna find the best black woman. Not saying that black women aren't capable or competent, but the fact that you've made that the caveat and that's what you're going to base it on, instead of saying, I'm going to go find the absolute best person and open it up to everybody, whether it be Asian, some kind of Cambodian. I don't even know what Cambodian is, but it sounded good. Or, whatever, like whoever's available to serve in their best interest. That's what I want to see. But I wouldn't be surprised because right now it's all about symbolism. And, a particular group want to make sure that they keep Certain folks at home on the plantation continue to vote for him, so they're going to do these little symbolic gestures, like I said with this
It
last
seems
chick.
like a walk of purgatory to me. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, yeah. It,
I don't know what to call it. Like, I want to see progress, but dog.
yeah, man.
It ain't the
Progress
one.
comes from the work of individuals. Though the government can't create progress for you. Never has, never will. And in reality, like they talking about, stuff has been happening since the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement, if you really look into it, hindered black people more than it helped. Black people were already on the come up. They were already doing better for themselves out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to, and they saw this is how it works. This is what we have to. Their numbers were already improving and increased for black people as a whole. They were comparative to whites on equal levels. So, if you look at it as a whole, yeah, the poorest black person ain't compared to the richest white person. But if you look at it, hey, a college educated black couple who was married compared to a college educated white couple that was married back in those days, they were basically neck and neck. Some cases black folks were doing better, some cases white folks were doing better, but for the most part neck and neck when you compare equal type people. But when you take a person who dropped out of high school and you want to compare him to a person who spent 8 years in medical school and say, oh, there's a discrepancy here, yeah, it's going to sound like racist, it's going to sound crazy. And that's the problem. People don't want to look at the nuance of these conversations, and so they just use black and white. They just use race as the foundation. It's got to be race. No, man, you got to really look at these things and see what it is, and then you'll go back and look and see how, what these things actually hurt us, because it gave niggas a crutch, it gave niggas an excuse, and people leaned on that shit too heavy, and then when they kick that crutch from under you, well, you right back where you started. You know what I'm saying? So that's the real problem. But again, it's always got to be black or white or a racial thing with some people, and so that's just kind of where we at.
Hey, one more thing. This
Yeah.
is this will be kind of funny and biased at the same time. I like how to say this. I like a good competition.
Yes.
I don't know if you know what I'm going. I think probably don't know where I'm going with this in a couple seconds. I like a good competition, but one thing I don't like is a crybaby when they lose their own game.
Yeah.
This thing called equality, dog. There recently was a transsexual athlete that went against I don't know what the fuck to say.
No, you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Went against their transition gender and spanked their asses pretty much. They got their asses handed to them, it sounds like to me, from the way they're complaining about it. I had this argument with this coworker of mine. She said that's not equal. I'm like, how is it not equal? Don't you want to be able to go and do shit in the bar just like I want to do? Don't you want to be able to go out and do what the fuck you want to do without nobody having to give you accountability? Like, what the fuck? Then when somebody beats you at your own game, such as transitioning over and whooping your ass in a competition you work so fucking hard for, does it really seem like equality now?
Mm-hmm. This is the thing they asked for. Dudes tried to warn them. Dudes tried to tell you, hey, one, there will never be true equality, equity, no matter what, however you look at certain things. There's just certain things that are not going to be. Okay, and it just is what it is. But this is what they asked for. They advocated for these people. They encouraged these people. And then when these people start crossing in your lane and overtaking you and running you off the road, now you wrecked on the shoulder and they ain't stopped. They continue to drive on down the freeway high speed. And now you looking fucked up because you like, damn, I was the one that helped these motherfuckers, change a tire, help them get to this position, and they running me off the road and they gone. Like, they don't care. It's not about none of this. They use all these words and these terms and key phrases, but it's their own advancement.
But the worst part about it is this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
A few years back, it was actually a woman that actually transitioned over to it was actually both ways. A man and a woman transitioned over to being to a man and a woman. So pretty much, the man went over to the competition and whooped ass. Pretty much, it was not even fair. It's like, pretty much, why did y'all call the police on this fight? With the woman in particular, she went over to the men's division. it was not the same. It was nowhere near the same. It was pretty much murder the way they did her. So my thing is, this thing called equality, it'll never happen.
No,
Just know your role, pretty much. Just like Ray Allen with the Celtics coming off the bench. Know your fucking role. Know your place.
Yeah. And that's the thing. People don't want to be told that because they feel like that's a bad thing. That's a messed up thing. Man, people, we all got roles to play. Like there's just certain positions in life that you're gonna be in. Most of us ain't gonna be Olympians. Most of it, one, because we ain't gonna put the work in and all that other stuff. Most people are not gonna be world class at things. You just gotta know your place. You're not equal to the people that put in a certain level of work. You're not equal to the people who have a certain level of resources, and that's okay. They're like it just there is no equality. There's not going to ever be a point where all things are going to be equal, especially because biology will deny that. You know what I'm saying? Even if everything else was equal, biology is going to say, all right, well, we got a couple of differences here that, and it is what it is. But yeah.
Man, the one thing I ask women all the goddamn time, Todd. I'm pretty sure there's women on this damn chat right now. Listen. I asked them, what would you do if you had a dick for a day? The most ridiculous answer I've gotten was, bro, I would swing my fucking dick around for 24 hours around in the goddamn streets. So just think of that for a second. Just think of how the fucking world would be for one goddamn day with women being men.
I mean, the worst thing ever. If
like
if it traded places for a day, if we all woke up one day and everything switched,
you know what,
right?
Dog?
I'm gonna tell
you what. If we trade places for a day, dog, I'm about to be running you goddamn racks up, dog.
All I'm saying is that if we all traded places for a day, one, it's gonna be some motherfuckers who gonna make a lot of money, and the incidence of rape would be at an all-time high, right? Man. If it flipped the script and women knew what it was like to be the predator and not the prey, you know what I'm saying?
Dog, man, I would make a killing off OnlyFans, dog. Like, what the fuck? Dog, I would go all the out. Man, that was a funny ass day. Dog. It's in fucking shambles, dog. I don't know. This world is in fucking shambles. Then they about to destroy Cam Newton ass. What the fuck he said? He pretty much just said that's about to be canceled too.
Yeah, Cam may say that wrong, but yeah, just like you say, you can't say shit nowadays unless it's you kissing somebody's ass with some kind of multicolored flags by their name somewhere. You getting canceled, bro. That's the society we live in now. It is terrible.
Nah. That still ain't happening to Dave Chappelle, so that's not true. That's not true.
That's true. Dave is the power.
Dave is the number one nuisance. We need to protect him and David Banner at all costs, I think. Those two.
What happened with David Banner?
I like his standpoint on black people. Like he's not the typical black person. He's not about blacks, but he is at the same time. Like, he's for the betterment of our people, but we need to start with ourselves. Like he went out to his own and we works for him and everything. She still live like in the projects or whatever. Like he ain't no real shoot 'em up shit, but yeah, she live in PG. She in a cool spot and everything, but not so good. He was just looking around like, man, the trash out here all week. He went ahead and picked the trash. He said he didn't take no number but 17 minutes to do it by himself. He said if you had somebody that can come and help him, he could have done it at the time. If he had the whole community, they could have got it done in 1 minute. So you have to think. We actually did that for a community. I actually was with police. Everybody getting killed and shit, just fuck shit going on. We could really do some shit, but don't.
No, don't nobody want to do nothing, bro. Nobody want to do nothing. Again, what happens if you do something and you make it shake and you actually then what would people have to complain about? People would rather complain than really get results. So that's where we at.
Right.
That's
Man, oh yeah. You listen to David Banner rap?
man. I have not listened to David Banner since
Dog,
like a pimp.
listen to the God Box. Listen to the God Box, man. This shit is like that. The God Box.
Okay.
The God Box. Man, I gotta get ready for work and shit, man. Everything, stay blessed. Shalom to everybody. The fuck you who you praying to, no disrespect, but much love to everybody. If you can't fuck nobody tomorrow, I wish you luck. Stay up, Honcho.
Already, man. It's great to hear from you, man. Like I say, hit me up, shoot me an email or something, man. Let's chop it up. And stay in touch.
Matter of fact, I'll send you a business card with my mentor and everything. See if we can get you one on both sides, dog. For real, for real. It'd really be some help, for real.
Yeah, holla.
Yeah. I got you, dog. Stay up, man.
All right, that's a bit, man. Appreciate the call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? This thing be ringing like
It's that dude, that guy.
Okay. Dan, the motherfucking man with the plan. How you doing this evening, Mr. Dan?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm not going to stand too long. It's already popped like 3 melatonin, so I got to get my sleep schedule back right. So the exam's coming up, and I got to look up finances and shit like that and all of that dumb shit. Talk to lawyers today. Fun and games. But I'm okay. I do nothing wrong. It's just we need help with something in terms of, estates and shit like that. It's got to get done.
Okay. Look, you don't have to catch no bodies, man. At least if you're gonna do it, catch them in Harris County, they let you right back out.
Hey, duly noted. Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's awful, man. But we covered a lot of stuff, man. What's on your mind? Like, how you feeling this evening, Dan? How you feel about just tonight's discussion?
Very, very good discussion. Shout out to the gentleman who called earlier. I made some very good points. Let's see. Is it over for black men in America? If we don't do a 180, yeah, it is. Hey, Miss Grace. Hey, sir. How y'all ladies doing? I saw Miss Bell up there earlier. Shout out to Miss Bell. Michelle. Shout out to Ty, Sean. I'm just giving a shout out to the chat. No, because Heidi's not here. When Heidi's here, I usually don't talk to chat. I have no reason. But I just think like black men in America. Now we're talking about, and I have to preface this with certain qualifiers. So we're talking about like non-repeat felon, heterosexual, responsible black men. If we don't do a 180, yeah, it's gonna be over for those men like us. And I speak to me and myself, you, most of the men I would assume here today. Hey, Trill. Hey, fuck you, bro. Anyway, that's when I read chat. Somebody talking shit. So, nigga, he laughing too, I'm sure right now. Yes. It's we got problems, man. We got problems. I just read a report. I want to say it was very recently, either last year, the year before that. At least in the state of New York, there were more black babies aborted than born. That's a problem. That is a serious problem. Yeah. That's just one issue. And I'm not gonna bother because when I first called in here like 2-3 years ago, all of them mentioned these terrible stories of the violence that happens in our community. And what I generally get, man, fuck this nigga. Oh, he a white boy. Oh, he must be gay. He loves white women. What else do I call? House nigger, coon, race trader, Uncle Tom, sellout, Oreo, wanna be white. All kinds of fun names. I love it.
But
yeah.
Do you act like a runaway slave when you're with those white women?
Hell no. Now, I've had one woman say, "Oh, I want that big black dick." I'm like, okay. I was mid-stroke, so I ain't gonna stop. But I ain't hear nothing about nigga dick and and Miss Polly, and she snuck into slave quarters. Miss Polly wanted some Mandingo, wanted some black stink mode. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I wouldn't participate in shit like that. Now, if you like a certain skin tone, that's fine. But if that's like the only reason you want somebody that's a bit shallow, that's it. It's probably the most shallow, because that means you'll fuck anybody that looks like that. Let's say a white woman likes black men. So if you just like black skin, then you'll fuck Tyrone outside of 7-Eleven. You'll fuck that educated brother at work. Who else will you fuck? You'll fuck your pastor at a black. You'll fuck any black man whatsoever. I think you should probably get your standards up if you're one of these white women who likes dark meat. I would recommend you go for somebody with some sort of drive, no matter what job they have, blue collar, white collar, fucking in the military, trade work, all kinds of shit. Just someone with drive and a certain level of responsibility, and someone doesn't make excuses. Now, shit happens, Now, by all means, I've been there. But, like, this generation nowadays, the lack of responsibility, you can see it on social media. Everyone has a mental disease. I'm self-diagnosed. Like, okay. I can understand self-diagnosing if you're missing an arm. I can understand that. You know what's wrong with you. I'm missing a fucking arm. I'm missing everything down my forearm and all my fingers. There goes. But, like, people diagnosing themselves most personalities, and not only that, now this personality, you get this personality fucking name, and now your pronouns are they, them. Okay, see, this is the problem, bro. The Western civilization is... we have problems.
Man, it's funny that you
But
mentioned
I'm focusing on black men.
The self-diagnosis, because I saw something super crazy the other day, and then I'm gonna let you back to your point. I saw a person with fake Tourette's. Like, there was a chick who like made this whole Tourette's awareness like TikTok thing, and it was a dude that really had Tourette's, and he was like breaking it down. He's like, "This is not real. You don't control the shit you say." Like, he was just busting down like everything that she was doing. And she was just doing weird stuff and trying to make it seem like it was cute and laughing about like just saying stupid ass shit. Like, yeah, we're a sick society as a whole. It's a sick society.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ms. Grace, thank you, by the way. And yeah, that's not the only billionaire white liberal woman who's funding Planned Parenthood. The richest woman in the world who had to divorce a billionaire to get that way. That's not a shot. That's what happened. That's the facts. Whoever Jeff Bezos' ex-wife is, she donated a fuck ton of money to Planned Parenthood too. So yay, more dead black babies. Phenomenal.
Abortion is healthcare.
Phenomenal. Baby.
That's
yeah. Not for the baby, but ain't no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine, man. Anyway, it's just like I said, I have a nephew. He's 16. He's in 10th grade. He's in Florida. So in terms of restrictions, the past year restrictions, he hadn't had to worry about all that. But I can understand he's an intelligent young man. I know he wants to get into computers. So, I've mentioned him to him. I told him to start talking now, thinking about a future now. Don't be like me when he said I was like already out the house, like, damn, what am I doing with my life, kind of thing. No, I want him to plan ahead. And they have a backup plan. Not everything's gonna work out the first time. If it does, well, shit, you must have the cheat code to life, bro. Let me look at it. You know what I'm saying? But I know like he's very empathetic and thoughtful, and that's a weakness. Not necessarily, in most normal sense, but like in this current society, this current culture, for young black men, like being caring and understanding sometimes is weak, especially when it comes to these women, some of these venomous, vile, vindictive and vicious women out here. They'll trap a dude with a baby. They'll burn all your shit in your house, all sorts of crazy shit because you did some slight to them, or they'll get into some shit and you have to get stabbed 5 times or stomped out by a group of dudes to defend her honor. And this might be our second date, but you got to defend her honor. If I'm in that situation, I will get up, I'll walk out to Applebee's, and I'm gonna take an Uber home or whatever the fuck, however the fuck you got there. I ain't got to defend shit. Fuck all that. No. This is feminism. See, modern day feminism, and I think Trill said this. You want the rights of men, the freedom of women, and the responsibility of a child, or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not saying all feminists. There's like some old school feminists who see what's happening with feminism nowadays, and they're like, this is not what we planned. You got trannies ducking these bitches and swimming. You letting trannies into your spawns. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck all that. Oh, yeah. And then some soy boy bit of cuck fuck wants to tell this black woman what a woman is. Remember that fucking LA fag? Look, I'm trying not to be offensive because I know YouTube has censors, but look, bro, that guy was like either he probably wasn't even gay. He's just so indoctrinated to this modern society that he thinks he has the right to tell her what is obviously a natural born woman who's offended that a penis is dangling around in the female section of the gym. He has the right to dictate to her what a woman is. This is how fucked up society has gotten. And it's insane. So that's just one issue with women. But black women, man, I don't know where to start, bro. And I'm not trying to bash black women. See, no one can take critique anymore. No one can take criticism anymore either. That's another problem. And one of the biggest proponents of not taking criticism is black women. You can't tell them shit how to raise their kids. When that bus that got shot in Philly a few years ago, that started because a woman was beating her kid, a black woman beating her kid in public, which I understand. I mean, spoil the rod, spoil the child, all the Bible stuff, you know, hallelujah. And then some white dude said, hey, look, you shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to call CPS or some shit like that. And she said, I'm gonna get my cousin. And these two niggas go fight for honor by shooting up an entire bus.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, you know, that was like Will Smith times 100, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Crash dummies who run behind these chicks, dog, like with no kind of confirmation, no that, like, and the crazy part is these dudes be knowing like the chick ain't she's off her rocker, or she's not solid, or she's got some sketchy background or something going on, you know, like, and instead of trying to find out what it was, you know. And that's why I say it's a lot of nowadays. There's a lot of niggas that are just emotional niggas with guns. There's no gangsters. It's just a bunch of emotional niggas with guns, you know. And they just, like you said, gonna run up there shooting. Don't know what the fuck going on. Itchy trigger finger. Just want to shoot something. And then now you sitting locked up with what you was in here. There's no painting that picture. It'll look, well, you know, yeah, my sister was acting up on the bus, so we shot it up. You know, like goddamn. Because the nigga said he gonna call CP. Like, what do you think is gonna happen now? This is a much more severe situation now. Like, now everybody loses. But instead, you know, there's no logic, there's no thinking, there's no rationale.
Yeah.
Right? Just jump to the conclusion and act stupid.
Yep. Just shoot the shit up. You shoot it up. You know, shoot first, ask questions never, just run away like some coward ass dudes. Now we run away too if I might have accidentally shot a 5-year-old in the head. You know, because they don't aim. That's another issue with these one-time shootings. They're always killing toddlers. They're killing elderly people. They're killing community activists. Right now, I see like a trend. A lot of these, like, especially like some of these gentrified cities and communities, you see like a lot of these these white people, Asian people, Hispanic people. They're starting to become victims of this one-time violence in our community too. And that's when you start noticing people. You start noticing people saying, "Hey, we need to." We'll bring the police back. Refund the police. Remember 2020? Let's refund all the police.
Yeah.
2 years later and hundreds of murders later, now people want to refund the police. The same cocksuckers. This Democratic National Plantation that 2 years ago were mentioning defund the police. That AOC, that walking horse, was talking all this shit about defunding the police. And hey, look, I ain't kiss the police's ass because guarantee whenever martial law goes down, all their morals go out the window because their paycheck is by the state or the federal government or wherever this cop's jurisdiction is. And they'll be beating your head up. If you don't believe me, look what happened with Canada. A bunch of cops came out and it was basically detaining people, letting the dogs die because they detained them, and none of them had names on their uniforms. They all had like basic gray and green uniforms. Like, is this legal? Because aren't you supposed to have some sort of identification? Nope, this came out like some North Korean shit. And look, shout out to Castro's son, man. But anyway, like I said, I'm not caping for police, but it's amazing what a difference 2 years makes. And on top of that, it's also midterms coming up. So now they have to act like the last 2 years didn't happen. The BLM riots, they were protests the first 4 days. And after they burned down that low-income housing in Minnesota, wherever the hell that shit happened, it went to shit. You know, it is what it is. Oh, Roach, what's up, man? Hey, man, I'm sorry I'm not keeping you entertained, bro. I'm not Maximus. This ain't Gladiator. I don't have to keep you entertained, brother. You
Yeah,
can
we
leave.
got
I ask you to donate to Honcho. Hit the like button. That's up to you, brother. Have a good night.
we got
Shut up.
raid for roaches. We ain't worried about it. Or Black Flag, whatever the fuck it is. It's whatever.
It's all good, man. Like I said, so as long as it ain't hottie, I'm cool with it. Ain't worried, man. But yeah, man. But let me focus on black women real quick because it's about 14 minutes. I'm watching the counter. So, like I said, I noticed like this that video was two young girls twerking, this little boy, little toddler walking out of his diaper, just bounce to the music. And of course, there's gunshots and curse words everywhere. And see, this is what this kid's gonna grow up with. And then when he enters elementary school, preschool, on top of that, he's gonna have this hyper sexualized mentality, this violent mentality. That little kid who punched that other kid, the little baby, this boy punched the other kid. That's a bully right there. And I don't mean bully like roasting people. I mean bully like putting hands on people for no reason, beating the shit out of people. That kid's gonna be a problem because I saw no one correct them. They recorded it. They knew he was gonna do that. Mm-hmm. It's not like they recorded him mid-fight. No, they recorded him. Maybe I'm overanalyzing this, but they recorded him. They're waiting for something to happen. Just so they can show other friends how dysfunctional their children are. And I heard a bunch of giggling. So I'm going to assume it's mostly women in the house besides the two of the boys that got punked that were fighting. Mm-hmm. This is not a way to raise children. It's not. And the whole notion of people like, what was it? You remember, was it Willy Wonka when that one rich kid ate the little blueberry?
Oh, yeah.
Blueberries and turned that big. Yeah, the black chick looks like her. Like, not Stacey Abrams. You know, she looks like her, too. The Cooper chick, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Woman. She's saying we don't need men in the society. We don't need the typical nuclear family. Have you seen the results the past 30 years in the black community? Have they seen the results?
That don't matter. That doesn't matter in their book.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just
and I'm
racism.
not saying... Right. Oh, yes, it's racism. Bro, are people tired of this racism shit? Not everything's racist. Does racism exist? Yeah, sure. I'm not so naive to say that, there's no racism left in America. No, I think there's actually more than ever now because you have two or three groups of people. You have people who've been so indoctrinated by modern day social media, mainstream media, and so probably a lot of these educators at these high schools now, middle schools, and universities, pumping their heads full of everything's racist, it's sexist, everything's homophobic, da. So now these kids are hyper vigilant. Then you have the people who didn't do anything wrong to get accused. Then they're like, after getting accused so many times, like, you know what? I am sexist. Fuck these bitches. You know what? I am racist. Fuck these niggas. You know what? I am homophobic. Kill all the faggots. Because you push these people into a corner where they just say, hey, fuck this shit. If I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna be that then. Mm-hmm. And I've seen these discussions on YouTube and other forums on the internet. People are saying, like, I just want to play video games, I just want to watch movies, I just want to go on Facebook. And just for, like, the cardinal sin of not posting a black square during the whole BLM riot thing, I was like, and I go back to that one black actor, that one young black man who was crying that some white friend of his didn't post a black square for their profile picture, like non-solidarity. That's how they act in communist countries, which... BLM, that we are trained Marxists, that's what that portrays colors, made arrange y'all niggas millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Y'all tricked off the church's money on a bunch of lesbians. The church's money. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah.
They got the blessings, all right. Oh man, and that's crazy. I tell them, look, I ain't in solidarity with nobody. Like, I'm not putting up no. I got to be careful because I got a message. From the tube overlord saying that if you say certain things about a certain place where there's a certain conflict going on, and if you deny it or dismiss it, they will wipe you out. And that's been happening a lot. That's crazy. Like you're not allowed to have real opinions anymore. Like I said, it's all good because I'm working on putting some things on some other platforms and
Odyssey, BitChute, please.
Mm-hmm. Because like I say, it's just look, it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Like I don't care what's happening over there, and it sounds super callous, right? But what am I gonna do? I'm not finna go Sean Penn it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit my happy ass right here in Texas, and get on the game or something like that. That is very unfortunate. I feel bad for anybody who's lost their life. But I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not championing everybody's cause. Like, dog, that's exhausting.
Yeah, fuck
That's
that.
exhausting. It's exhausting
Fuck
hearing about it. Like, it's exhausting hearing about it, and I don't
Yep.
care. So I can only imagine, like, when you jump into it and you trying to just, you know, I'm like, bro, I'm not posting up no flag. I'm not posting up anybody. Like, what does that do? Like, what people like? That's what I'm saying. Like, all these internet activists who don't really do anything, but I'm willing to risk my profile appearance by adding this image to it. Like, y'all get out of here. Do you like that? Does nothing, but people really feel like they're contributing to the cause. Like, imagine being somewhere and your fucking shit is getting bombed. Let me check my Facebook. Let me see if they have my flag stationed next to their name. And okay, they support me. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's what I say. Like, Americans,
Yeah.
Westerners are so fucking stupid when it comes to shit like this. Like, even the shit that here is here at home, but it just blows my fucking mind. Like, there's no way, bro. It's crazy
Yeah.
shit.
And you know what? I was reading the chat a bit, so Ty made up a good point. And Michelle, yeah, don't get me started on the potatoes. And I call him potatoes because it's mixed two words, POTUS and potato, because he is the quote-unquote president of the United States at the moment. And also his brain and a potato have probably the same amount of electrons firing in them, so what do you expect? But Ty mentioned the university students protesting free speech at Yale, one of these Ivy League universities. If I was one of those Asian parents whose kids were basically not allowed to go there because they did too well in school, I'd be happy at this point. I'd be happy at this point.
Yeah.
Because, see, and now in communist China, one of the first people they recruited for the communist upheaval in like the 30s, 40s, or whatever, they were the students. The college students, the university students. That's the first people that they recruited because they were the most fervent, the most soft-minded to absorb all this information about the great socialist revolution, which led to starvation of millions of people. But we'll leave that alone. That's just, we ain't worried about that part. And I see it here with these indoctrinated ass kids. And I see some of that shit around the university I go to. Like, these kids nowadays, bro. What happened to just goth kids? Just kids wearing all black even in the middle of summer. Just wear all black, bro. I mean, what the fuck happened, bro? The game done changed, nigga. I don't get it no more. Can I get golf kids back? And I don't shoot up schools, but just some golf kids were like wearing like spiked bracelets and shit with like 10 gauges and shit. I don't know. These motherfuckers nowadays, bro. I don't get it. But that's who they indoctrinate first, the kids. Get them early. That's why they're starting in high school and middle school. It's CRT and all this LGBT teaching. But I've lost the point I was talking about initially. I was supposed to talk about black women. But black women eating that shit up, though. They're eating that shit up. Yeah, I mean, y'all all BLM, and then at the same time, you also be pro-LGBT. But if your husband does something wrong, fuck him, he's a fag. You nigga, you gay. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, black women have been some of the most ardent hypocrites I've ever seen in my life. Not all. I'm going to preface that. Not all. You critique white women for getting braids done in their hair, but you literally sat down 2.5 hours at your friend Nene's house to get some probably dead woman's hair sewn in. Who the fuck knows? But what they're doing is cultural appropriation. Okay.
Well, platinum blonde, straight ass, just 28-inch yaki or whatever it's called these days. But yeah, that's not cultural appropriation.
That Remy?
Yeah.
Remy number 5.
Yeah. And again, they always use those damn them damn Melanese kids in the damn Solomon Islands to there's black people there with blonde hair. It's like, you know what? Just like that weave in your head, China running the Solomon Islands too. They just they just did something where they co-opted over there. So guess what? So you ain't even got control of the blonde black kids anymore. Let it go. It's just it's the craziest. Like I say, what happens is they use and this is black folks as a whole, like just the most low percentage type shit. Like I always talk about how we focus on wanting to be a rapper. It's a very slim chance of you having success being a rapper, an athlete, these kind of things. But this is the shit we push, the kids towards. And then when they don't make it, they have nothing to fall back on. They don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. And then it's the streets. Well, I guess I got to be Scarface. Like niggas' favorite gangster ain't even black. niggas love Scarface more than anybody. And I ain't talking about Scarface the rapper. Like, niggas' favorite gangsters ain't even black. That's what I say. Niggas
Al
are so
Capone.
out of there. Yeah, just
Or Tony Montana.
yeah. Just ass backwards, bro. Like, yeah, I want to be Scarface. Like, okay, all right, well, whatever.
Y'all did see the end, right? He died in the motherfucking movie very violently. That's how you want to go out. But I mean, I just don't get it, man. It's like, especially, I know it's like black men have to be multiple things at one time, but what are black women required to be in terms of a modern day relationship? Because the way I see it, so you're allowed to have entanglements, and yeah, I'm bringing up Jaden and Will. You're allowed to have entanglements. You're allowed to be ungrateful, like when your husband spends 2 years planning your 40th birthday party, and you get butthurt because, oh, this is all about you. You just want to show off. Like, bro, you should take your ass back to Baltimore. Like, straight up, bro. Yeah, shout out to Shanghai, yeah. Sorry, Andrew, just put them. Yeah, man, look, if you go back up enough, I mean, the largest bank in the world is the Bank of China, so China runs everything, and we let it happen. I'm going to leave that right there. But, you know, when it comes to raising kids, conflict mediation, black women just do it different, man. I'm not saying it's better or worse. Just do it different. Oh, yeah, it's fucked up, Andrew. It's fucked up, man. I don't know what to say. And I'm about to be done with it because it's literally 25 minutes and I've been on the line. But just to summarize, your China runs everything. Protect your kids, especially their minds. Democrats are liars, but Republicans are cucks. So there you go. So just think independently. Yeah, fuck both parties, straight up. Now, certain people in each party, I might have some agreements with on certain things, but I don't think blindly being devoted to one party is a good idea. Look at black people nowadays. Been blindly devoted to the party of the Ku Klux Klan. Look it up. I ain't making that shit up. Go watch some of Thomas Sowell's videos on that shit, or Carol Swain, or a host of other black people that are considered coons and house niggers. Just go look it up.
There's a little video I'm gonna drop in the Discord after this, and it's about, you know, of course, Margaret Sanger and you know, all the good she's done for the black community, and how, you know, black feminists got tied in with that. It's a little quick little video, actually by a black woman. Little TikTok. It's actually very interesting. So, you know, there's still a few good ones out there, but the overwhelming majority, it's like it's out of there. You know, because again, like I say, black folks, and it's statistically proven, you know, watch more television than everybody there. They seek more entertainment. We seek more entertainment than any other group. And, you know, there's a direct correlation to, you know, entertainment seeking and overall success in life. And when you are at the top of the entertainment, you're at the bottom of the success. Because, you know, the successful enough people are taking their time to learn, to grow, develop the skills, you know, do those things. You know, not catching all the Mauries, not catching all the I don't know, what's the new hot show that they're watching. I'm out to look.
I don't know.
But yeah, you know,
all I've been out to look.
Snowfalls. That's a shot at Broderick. But yeah.
Oh,
man,
yeah, there's the power too. Oh,
yeah, the
powers.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. It's like, and at this point, it's sad because I feel like, I made a little tweet the other day, I don't think there's enough good women left for the good men. And the statistics will show you that because, you know, what is it? 50% of black men don't even have children that are of age, don't even have kids. And then, you know, the ones that, I forgot, what is it? I forgot the number of women that do, but it's just the numbers are so skewed. It's only a certain group of niggas doing all the fucking. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's getting blamed for it. And so, you know, and it's just like I say, it's really wild that, you know, we get that levied on us. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, some things ain't gonna change. So that's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but. You know, like I said, I just tell folks, man, hopefully you can find you the one, or if you choose to opt out or whatever, you know, hey, some of this technology, I didn't say that video, some of this technology, man, is getting kind of, I'm just saying, man, I seen some shit, man. Look, I seen the little robot. I seen the little robot.
Oh,
Now
no.
it wasn't fully put together. They was just giving it a little debate. That robot had a little strut on it. Had a little butt, had a little strut. I was like, hey, hey, I robot. I'm just saying, y'all better get it together.
Hey.
It's cheaper. Look, it's cheaper to buy the robot. It's gonna be cheaper for niggas to buy the robot, get it updated, upgraded, and get the new model. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, they got the robot walking around the house. The robot gonna serve you. The robot gonna cook. The robot gonna clean. It's gonna be a Rosie from the Flintstones. Flintstones ain't had no robot. Ain't had no technology. Jetsons. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But,
hey, Rosie was thick. I don't give a fuck.
And so all I'm saying, man, is just that. Look, here's the thing. It's cool, right? It's cool that modern women feeling the way that they feeling, and a lot of them are feeling the way that they feeling because and they feel you don't need man or you can be replaced by this. Women are the emotional creatures.
Okay.
Men are not the emotional creatures. Trust me. It's gonna be a lot of niggas who gonna be cool with the robot. They can do what they do and they ain't got to deal with none of the other problems. And the robot can cook and clean and whatever. I'm telling you, I might think it sounds crazy, but it's gonna be a point where if it becomes affordable, and it's probably more affordable than dealing with a female in the long run. Pay you a couple $1,000 now. Keep your updates, go get the oil change, whatever. Then what you gonna do dealing with chicks in the long term? And there's gonna be a lot of dudes who are opt out of dealing with women and be dealing with the robotics and all the extras and just call it a wrap. Like it sounds crazy, but that's the direction it's going in.
Yeah, what's that one game? Detroit Become Human. If it's shit like that that's coming out, it's a wrap, man. Humanity is dying off straight up. Man and woman are gonna give up on each other, guaranteed. I hope it don't come to that because we need each other to survive. I mean, people don't like to act. I mean, we need each other to procreate, to bring life into the world. You can't look. My sperm can't make a baby unless someone has their eggs available. That's just biological fact, and I think it's like facts are what people are denying. Like they're going by their feelings and how they wish the world was. Well, I got news for you, Cupcake. The world ain't the way you want it to be. The world is the way it motherfucking is. And for most of us, it's not going to stop on account of our feelings. So I would say, try to mature, but this society currently rewards degeneracy, at least from what I witnessed. I mean, look at Cardi B. I mean, she is literally a mental defect. They should left her ass back in the streets of where was she robbing and drugging niggas and shit like that. But now, multimillionaire, platinum selling artist.
Only in America.
I doubt she. Yeah, man. Like Don King, bro. But she ain't, I don't know why I mentioned her. She ain't even black. Megan Thee Stallion. There you go. How about that? Man, because Cardi B ain't even black, but Cardi B, black women letting Cardi B talk for them, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You need to control your image. Black men, black women, any group of people need to control their goddamn image. And that's something that black people have utterly failed at. Straight up. There was a point where we were, I'd say around the 80s, 90s, when we were doing the whole Back to Africa thing, and there was more like conscious music. I think that was getting to a good point, but after Tupac and Biggie got murdered, man, she just went crazy, bro. I don't know. But that's my theory on one of the reasons why she won't left. You couldn't sell music about black people bettering themselves mentally and spiritually. No. You had to have niggas shooting each other and bitches twerking ass.
Yeah, they didn't want to hear Mr.
You had to have that. Arrested Development. Oh yeah, take me to another. Can't do that. Can't have that no more. How was Lil Wayne? I don't know who that nigga is, but that's all I got, man. Look, black woman, I love y'all, but I got a half black niece, right, and I'm concerned about her because nowadays she has access to more technology than I did at her age, and she knows how to use it better than I do, and that scares me because there's a lot of vultures out there. There's a lot of women who take advantage of other women for whatever reason, money or popularity, and then there's men who obviously have their own motivations. And I'm going to murder somebody if someone takes advantage of it the wrong way. Like, someone's going to die. I'm still keep it a buck. I'm not going to broadcast it on social media. I'm going to kill the motherfucker, whoever fucks with her, and I'm going to dump the body in the swamp somewhere, and that's just going to be that. And I ain't going to tell nobody. I ain't going to tell my brother. He's like, oh, what happened to that one dude? I don't know what you're talking about. And just walk off. That's it. I told her I'm coming to that, so I have to be there for her like I have to be there for my nephews. We need to be there for our children. So here's my lesson for tonight. Just be there for your children, because all this dysfunction starts as kids.
Yes.
People recreate the dysfunction they grew up with. I've had my share, and I've done my best to break that chain. We just got to be careful about the young ones in our lives. Young black woman, you got to teach them to start loving themselves. That from their head, from the follicles of their hair to their toes. Teach young black men, teach them to respect yourself and respect other people. Because a lot of this shit, all this murder is happening nowadays, a basic lack of respect for people.
Yeah.
And that goes to black women too. A lot of these kids in high school fucking with the teachers, fighting everybody, they lack respect because they don't see it at home. All they see is chaos. So teach people respect and responsibility, and maybe some of this shit changes. I mean, I hope. I don't know. I'm just some coon ass nigga on YouTube. That's it. Prince Ruckus Civil Coon.
We gonna start us a Cool Coons Club. We're gonna be Triple C. We'll combat the KKK, which who knows where they are now. People swear they still just riding around with their rebel flags, hanging niggas on a daily. Get that lynching bill passed.
Beating up. Oh God, I can't imagine what kind of dumb shit they put in that bill.
Oh man.
You know, it is what it is. But man, Hunter, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. I've been on here 30 minutes. I've been on too long. I apologize, y'all. I don't know if anyone else wanted to call in. It is what it is.
Man, you know, I always enjoy chopping it up with you, my guy, and you know, get you some rest. I know some other folks call in, but I'm probably about to do the same myself, so I apologize to anybody whose call I may miss. But shout out to Dan the man with the plan, and man, thank you for chopping it up with me this evening, Mr. Dan.
No, thank you, Mr. Honcho. And I'll tell you what, I won't call in next time. That way, make sure it's up this time. I apologize.
That was all good, Chief. It was really me because I talked way more than I initially planned early on, and I should have saved some of that information. So, you know, don't feel any particular kind of way. That was definitely me. I told myself I was only going to talk for about a few minutes, and then I went way longer.
It is what it is, man. You're setting things up, so I understand. Shout out to Michelle, baby mama, how you doing? Miss Grace, Sarah, of course, love y'all. Ty, what's up, G? Andrew, you take care, and that's all, man. Y'all have a good night, bro. And if True, you listening, fuck you, bro. Talking shit. All right, I'll let y'all, man. You have a good night, man.
I really did. Appreciate it, man.
All right, bro.
All right, I gotta apologize, right? Because the dilly dally is. And I want to take some more calls, but I made an agreement with the lady Honcho, and so I guess I've actually kind of passed it up a little bit, but I'm honoring my agreement, and so I got some Honcho-esque things to handle. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I thank y'all for pulling up this evening. And like I said, we're going to get it back on the regularly scheduled program, so we will be rocking tomorrow at 9. We'll be a bit of a continuation of this conversation because there's some other things that I wanted to get into. Normally do the after party, slide in the Discord after that. I probably won't be jumping in tonight, but if y'all want to do that, make sure y'all hit that thing, jump in the voice chat, man. Look, the Discord is for everybody. I know nobody wants to talk to Broderick, but he's there too. I want to shout out to Ashley. When we gonna collaborate? You said you were starting a YouTube channel. Holla at me. Let's work. Let's do things above board legally. But I got to slide, man. Tired. I got to get my fat ass up in the morning and walk. I got to continue to weight to lose. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I thank y'all. Be looking at the wrong damn camera. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And more than anything, it is my honor. It is my privilege. It is my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all, man. I sincerely mean this when I say this, man. I love y'all. Like, whether you've been down with the cause or you have, you new to it, if you rocking with the den, I'm rocking with you, man. And that's just what it is. It's not You know, we may not agree on everything, and I don't think there should ever be a situation where somebody just agrees 100% with people on everything. Like, there's always going to be differences, and that's what makes us. That's what makes life. That's what makes us individuals. But I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm Chunk of a Deuce tomorrow, 9:00. Promise I'll be here on time. Yeah. Aside from that, I'm on the wrap.